It all started about 6 years ago. I was approached by an elderly lady on Remembrance Day who was concerned because she could not get to her father's war grave. We started trying, a small group of us, to get something done about cleaning up the graveyard. It has taken all this time to get the job started. Now it's starting to look absolutely fabulous.
St Peter's Cradley has nearly 8 acres of churchyard, and we discovered that there's quite a lot of military graves in it as well. And so, together with the Ex-Service Association of Cradley and District, we thought that for the World War I commemoration, we would try and clear the churchyard as much as possible and make access to those military graves. It was 6 foot under bramble. You don't believe me, but in the front of the churchyard is a big angel and a big obelisk, and you could see just the tip of those. And when the Prince's Trust came and did the first part of the clearing, they were absolutely astounded to find these beautiful old Victorian graves. And as other people have been involved with the clearing, we discovered that we even have a Boer War grave. And it was the partnership with the Ex-Service Association and their network that got the community payback into the churchyard, and they have made a huge difference.
We started in January, and we're going to be going right through till about August, which is when there's a commemorative date then that the War Graves Commission have asked us to sort of try and get it sorted for that date. We've discovered a First World War grave down in the section down there, and it had been covered in bramble for a long time and obviously not possible to get to it. So after we'd cleared it and we had a look, we found that it was actually a memorial to a First World War soldier there. And when I told the lads, they were really pleased that they'd found it, you know. What I do is when I see a name and I see that the date's right, I go down to the memorial that's at the front of the church and all the names are listed on there. And if I see the name again, then obviously, you know, we can verify it then.
It's taken a lot of work. The probation service have worked their hearts out, and it is my feeling that by August the 4th, this cemetery will be at its peak.
We're doing a project on St Peter's Church, 35 trees in total. They've already been pollarded before, so we're just coming down to previous points and then they'll just regenerate. I think it's with 9 fells altogether, obviously, and clean up the site when we finish.
When it's all finished, we have the challenge of keeping it kind of organised. If we can find sufficient volunteers or funds for the community payback to keep involved, then 3 or 4 years of regular trimming and cutting gives us a chance just to be doing some more positive planting and developing various areas of the churchyard into different rooms and spaces, if you like, with artwork and benches, things that make of the churchyard a community space. That really is our main aim.
I think this, for the people of Cradley, will give them something really to be proud of when they realise the people who have given their lives for their country in the last 2 world wars.
I really believe that unless people are rooted in and in touch with their own history, it's quite difficult to make a go of the present and the future. I think that being in touch, particularly with people and personal histories, and that's why this focusing on individual graves and the sacrifice that individuals made, those personal biographies, those are inspiring. And I think we have a lot of history to celebrate in Cradley. Ordinary people, ordinary lives, but kind of live them with much humour. That's a great characteristic in the area. And people are touched by those stories. And I think that where we can draw those out, particularly for children, to reconnect children with people who lived sound values, that is something that I think we can offer by focusing on remembrance, by doing things around that cross as we've started to do recently with all 3 primary schools at Remembrance Tide, and by partnering together with the Ex-Service Association and others. That's something that we can celebrate and really help people of Cradley, particularly newcomers like myself, to be rooted in the culture and history of the place.